Sorry, I'm only able to upload 15 minutes, so it kind of got cut short there. But chapters 4 and 5, we're going to talk about our ethics and the role they play in our character and our developing a character. And what does coaching with character look like? And for this section, I want you to think about ethics as your safety net. Ethics, your code of ethics are going to help you have clear lines on where you'll go and how you'll interact. Great example for me, one big thing, as a baseball coach, I don't really have the, female athletes. So in class, I have female students, and they need to come meet with me and talk. I always make sure my door's open, and I go let my assistant coaches know, hey guys, I've got Jane Doe in here. Her and I are going to have to talk for 5-10 minutes about some things. If you guys need anything, let me know. It's kind of a simple way of me just letting know that there's a female in my office, and I keep the door open. And, so it's just a little thing I do so nobody can ever question any interaction between, myself and the student. And that's just kind of one example of that. And then chapter 5 dives into this idea of diversity, such a hot topic in our current climate as a country. And coaches, we are put under a magnifying glass with it. And what I want to challenge you to think about is this idea of character, and your code of ethics is going to be a launching pad for you to deal with this idea of diversity. And when we talk about diversity, we typically think, racially, in our current climate, it goes much deeper than that. We're going to be challenged with ideas of sexuality and what does that look like. How do you handle that? Are you prepared to handle that? And then when you think about it too, for you high school coaches, it's not just like racially or sexual orientation. It's also in development. You have huge diversity in your development with your athletes. If you've got freshmen to seniors, you're talking about young men, young women that are on different ends of the spectrum a lot of times. And women can start that maturation process as early as 9.5, and it can continue on. For guys, it can start as early as 11.5, and you can have an 18-year-old who's fully developed, and his body is much different, and he's got different challenges and thoughts and things, and you're 14, 15-year-old freshman. And so how do you handle that? Does that change the way that you interact? Does that change something in your code of ethics to make sure that you're interacting and working on a level that all of your athletes can handle? And so, we're going to be challenged as we continue on as coaches in our current climate, and as our climate continues to, for lack of a better term, progress. The sexual orientation one is going to be huge. If you look at NCAA, I'll post this on here just so you can kind of see it, not really for any other reason, so you can kind of see what's taking place, and this idea of which gender you identify with, and this chaotic web. And so how do we handle that as Christians? I'm not going to ask you so much to do an assignment on it, but just think about that and try to prepare yourself, because the reality is that for a lot of us, we'll encounter that. We'll encounter that unique question and conversation and interaction between teammates, and something that if we aren't prepared for as Christians, is our response may not cast the best light on our character and on our faith. And so I just want to challenge you with more of a thought than an actual assignment that correlates with that piece there. And so, as hopefully Module 1, these 5 chapters, they speak to you and give you some great thoughts and ideas to build off of. And obviously these things are going to change over time. If you look at Wooden and anything, John Wooden, I was watching a video on him the other day. He talks just about, his conduct code with his athletes and how he used to, when he started, he asked him to be clean shaved, which I am obviously not. And tight haircut. And as he kind of went on, he loosened on some things, and things changed. And it took him a long time to build his pyramid, and it will you too. And it is for me. I've been coaching for almost 13 years, from the club level to the high school level. In the last 6 have been here at the college level, and it's it continually changes. Some of it is because of my maturation, and some of it's because of my environment. And there's always these factors and challenges that cause you to think and change, and maybe not change is retool. Probably retool is a better word. Retool your philosophy. Retool those things. Our tools get old, and we gotta replace them at times. And so, the same thing is true with our coaching and how we think about it. The games don't change, but how we approach it and the tools we use to be successful and fully impact our student athletes, they'll change over time. And so, as we move on to module module 2, we'll talk some about those, a little bit more about those tools, our communication, our trust, and working with them, and what that looks like. And I'm excited about this second module. It's something that I studied thoroughly during my graduate work. It's something that intrigues me a lot, and so all of us want our athletes to reach their full potential, and I think the communication aspect is huge of it, and we'll hit it in our next module. As always, if you need anything, shoot me an email. Hope you have a great day. God bless.